I did not think about lending my car to Sarah, my sister-in-law, Tuesday. Sarah, my sister-in-law, has been my sister-in-law for 8 years now. Sarah, my sister-in-law, and I have always gotten along pretty well. When Sarah, my sister-in-law, called me and asked if she could use my car to get some groceries because her car was in the shop, I said she could. I told Sarah, my sister-in-law, that the spare key to my car was under the flower pot. I was at work, at the hospital. I had to stay there for 12 hours. The whole thing would have been forgotten if some idiot had not hit my mirror in the parking garage on Thursday. I needed the dash cam footage for the insurance claim, so I looked at the memory card that evening. I was going through the files to find a time when I saw that the folder for Tuesday had a lot more video than it should have. The dash cam footage for Tuesday should have only had the video from Sarah's trip to the grocery store. It had a lot more than that. I was looking at the dash cam footage. I saw that Tuesday's folder was really big. The dash cam footage for that day had a lot of video. I was feeling curious, so I clicked on the file from around 2 p.m. The file showed Sarah. She was driving down Route 9 toward the supermarket. Then Sarah passed right by the exit. I thought this was weird. Maybe Sarah needed to get some gas, I thought. Nope, Sarah just kept driving. 20 minutes later, Sarah was pulling into the airport arrivals area. I leaned in close to my laptop screen to get a better look. She was getting out of the car, standing by the curb. The woman kept looking at her phone over... It was clear she was waiting for my father. Then my father appeared on the screen. I knew it was him right away, even though the camera was attached to the dashboard and it had been 5 years since I last saw my father. My father was wearing that old leather jacket, and he was walking with his shoulders a little bit hunched, just like he always did. When I saw my father, I felt a knot in my stomach. Sarah gave him a hug. She really gave him a hug, helped him with his bag. They got in my car together. My car, the one I bought after I moved to a place because I wanted to get away from him and all the bad things he did to our family. I had to get away from him and everything that happened. My car was supposed to be mine, something that would help me start fresh. Now he was sitting in it. I saw them talking a lot during the drive. The camera only showed the back of their heads. She took him to the Hampton Inn downtown, which was a relief because it was not my brother's house. The time on the video showed that they sat in the parking lot talking for 15 minutes before she finally let him out. My hands were shaking. It had been 5 years since I last saw him. 5 years of calm after what he did to my mother. He made her last few months really tough with his drinking and getting angry all the time. He would not accept that she was sick. For 5 years, I did not have to listen to him say mean things to me. He would tell me that I was wasting my time. He would say that my job was not good enough. He would say that I would never be successful. Then Sarah did something that really surprised me. She gave him a ride in my car. I called my brother Mike, ready to tell him everything that was going on with me. When he picked up the phone, he sounded really confused. He said, "What is going on with Dad? Is my father okay?" That really stopped me in my tracks. Mike did not know the answer to that either. I said to the person that I was talking to, "Never mind." Then I told them, "I will call you back." I was really out of it for the 2 days. When I saw Sarah at dinner with my family that weekend, I really wanted to talk to her about what was going on. I just couldn't do it. Sarah kept looking at me with this hopeful expression on her face. My birthday is coming up week, and I'm starting to think that something is not right. I'm getting a feeling about what Sarah might be planning for my birthday. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I went to her house on Monday morning after Mike went to work. I said to her, "We need to talk," and I was holding my phone. The dashcam footage was paused on my father's face. I was showing it to her on my phone. We really needed to talk about my father and the dashcam footage. The color went out of her face. "Oh God, I am really sorry. I wanted this to be a surprise. He has been sober for 2 years now, and he has been going to therapy. All he wants to do is say sorry to her before it is too late. The thing is, he has cancer, and that is why he wants to apologize to her badly. He has cancer, and he does not have a lot of time left. That is why he is doing this." I held up my hand to stop her. Cancer, of course. The universe's idea of a sick joke. And now I had to decide if I was ready to open that door again, even just to hear an apology I'd never thought would come. My hands were shaking really badly as I watched the video for the first time. I knew what I was seeing. That was definitely Jenna walking up my steps at 11:47 a.m. She bent down to pick up the package. Then she carried it back to my car. This was the car she had borrowed just 20 minutes before, saying she had a doctor's appointment that she just had to go to. The package had a limited edition watch that I had been saving up for a time to buy. When FedEx said the package was delivered but I did not find it on my porch, I thought someone had taken it. I thought it was stolen by someone who steals things from porches. I even went to the police, told them about it. This thing that happened was really bad. The limited edition watch was something I really wanted. Now, it was gone. I sent a text message to Jenna in a way. I said to Jenna, "Hey, did you see a package when you picked up the car yesterday?" I was wondering if Jenna saw a package when Jenna picked up the car. She got back to me away and said, "No, sorry, was it something important?" The lie was making my chest feel really tight. I had to see this for myself. I knew that she usually parked her car in the garage at their house. My brother Tom was not going to be from his business trip until tomorrow, so I drove over to their house saying I was going to get a jacket that I had left at their barbecue the weekend before. Jenna opened the door. She looked really surprised to see me. "Oh, you're here," she said. She seemed a little mixed up when she said, "I was just going out, actually." "I'm going to get it from the garage now," I said, and I was already walking past her. My car was there, and my heart really sank when I saw something in the back seat, a torn piece of shipping label with my name on it, but only part of it was visible. I opened the door. I found the box. It was shoved under a blanket in a hurry. It was empty. The watch was gone from the box. Jenna's voice came from behind me. It was small. It was shaky. "I can explain," she said. I turned around. I was holding this empty box. Then I said to the person, "You need to explain this to me." She completely fell apart. As she cried, the story slowly came out in bits and pieces. The Amazon packages that were delivered to their house by mistake started it all. At first, it was a few packages. Then she began to order things for herself and hide them away. The credit card debt kept getting bigger. She even rented a storage unit. What really got her excited was opening packages, the ones that did not belong to her. The Amazon packages were still a part of the problem. "I saw your package when I came to get the car. The package was just sitting there. I did not mean to open your package. I did. I told myself I would only look at the package. Then I opened the package. The thing inside the package was really beautiful. I thought about your package, and I thought maybe I could sell the thing inside the package to pay off some of the credit cards before Tom finds out about the credit cards and your package. I was thinking about your package, what I could do with the thing inside the package." I said, "Where is it?" I was surprised that my voice did not shake. "I already put the thing up for sale on the internet. Someone is actually coming over to my place to buy it the day after today." The whole thing really hit me at that moment. This was not about my watch. This was about my brother's wife getting into something that could ruin their marriage, their money, and their life together. Now I had the proof, the evidence that could change everything about my brother's wife and her situation. "How much debt, Jenna?" The woman said 40,000 in a quiet voice. I was not feeling well. Tom and Jenna had been trying to save money for a house. They were planning to have kids and start a family. Tom had no idea that his wife, Jenna, had been ruining their plans by buying things they did not need, one package at a time. I told them that they need to tell John Smith that he has to know this. "You have to tell him," I said to the person I was talking to. "It is very important that John Smith finds out about this from them. You have to tell him." "Please," she said, sounding really upset. "Let me get some help first. Let me try to fix this problem. I will get your watch back. I will go to therapy. I will do anything to make things right with the watch and with therapy." "Jenna, you have been taking things that do not belong to you from people, from me. I do not know who you have been taking things from, Jenna." She just stood there crying. I did not know what to do. I thought about telling Tom away and ruining their marriage. I could give my sister-in-law a chance to tell the truth on her own. Another thing I thought about was reporting the theft, which could mean my sister-in-law goes to jail. I left with the empty box and a promise from her that she'd tell Tom within the week. But as I sat in my apartment that night, staring at the dashcam footage, I wondered if I was making the right choice by waiting. Some secrets are too big to keep, even for family. You have been using my car for what? Amanda was standing in my living room. She was wringing her hands. I was walking back and forth. I was trying to think about what Amanda had said. My boss, Richard, was sitting on my couch. He looked really uncomfortable. It seemed like Richard would rather be anywhere else. Amanda had just told me something. I was still trying to understand it. Richard was still sitting there looking out of place. Amanda said, "It is not as bad as it sounds." I stopped her from talking. "This is really something. I have driven my car 12,000 miles in the 6 months. I work from my home. My car has needed tires and oil changes every month and new brake pads. I thought I was going crazy with all the money I'm spending on my car. I have been paying for all these things. It is getting very expensive. My car is my car. It needs a lot of work. I am spending a lot of money on my car. It is frustrating." I was still looking at the dash cam footage on my TV screen. It was stopped on a picture of Amanda and Richard standing outside a house on Maple Street that looked like it was falling apart. He was giving her some keys. When I first saw them together, I went back, looked at all the footage from the past few months. I found out that all the time she says she was going to the doctor or to a job interview or to meet a friend for coffee were not true. What she was really doing was looking at houses over the city with Richard. Some days they would look at 3 or 4 houses. Richard finally said something. "We have been buying houses and selling them for a profit," he said. "Amanda's really good at finding houses that can be made to look nice. I had the money to do this. We have already done this with 3 houses." I looked at Amanda. "You did all of this without telling anyone?" I said. "You did not tell Marcus that you have a job. You are not really unemployed. You did not ask me if you could drive my car so much. You're putting 1,000 miles on my car every month." Amanda's face fell apart. She said, "I wanted to surprise Marcus. He has been really stressed out because he's the one working and bringing home money. He has to work 2 shifts every day. I thought that if I could make some money, I could show Marcus that I am not just staying at home doing nothing. I could actually help out, contribute to our life just like Marcus does. I wanted to show Marcus that I could make a difference. By lying to everyone and destroying my car in the process?" She said this in a desperate way. "I was gonna buy you a new one from the profits. It would have been a new one. The thing is, I just needed a few months to make it happen." Richard cleared his throat. "For what it's worth, your sister-in-law is really good at this business. We have already made $40,000 in profit. We have 2 more properties that we are going to buy. I have been trying to get your sister-in-law to say something about this to everyone to make it official. Your sister-in-law is not doing that yet. Richard thinks your sister-in-law should tell everyone about the money they are making from these properties." I said, "But she chose to keep lying." The silence was really uncomfortable between us. I remembered all the times I had stood up for Amanda when my parents said mean things about her not having a job. I had even offered to lend her money when she said she was struggling to make ends meet. The whole time, Amanda was actually doing very well with her own business, and it was with my boss of all people. To make matters worse, they were using my car for their company. "The transmission is starting to slip," I said quietly. "The transmission problem is something I wanted to talk about. Did you know that the transmission is not working properly? The mechanic told me that the transmission is slipping because of much stop and start driving with the transmission. Fixing the transmission is going to cost $3,000 to repair the transmission." Amanda got out her phone. Her hands were shaking. She said, "I will transfer you the money now. I will pay for the tires and everything else that I owed you. I wrote down everything so I would not forget. I promised I was always going to pay you back," Amanda said to the person she owed money to. Amanda wanted to make things right with the money she owed. I sat down in the armchair. "Marcus is my brother. Richard, you are my boss. I am stuck in the middle of this secret about Marcus. It is going to cause a lot of trouble when people find out about Marcus. The secret about Marcus will come out. Amanda said that we are telling him tonight. She meant it. We are going to make things right with the business. The business is real. We have a company with papers and insurance and everything. Amanda just wanted to show that she could do something by herself first. She wanted to prove that the business is okay before we tell him. Amanda is sure that we can make this work with the business. Richard stood up. He said, I should go now. Amanda, we will talk tomorrow about moving with this officially. He turned to me. I owe you an apology too. I should have made sure we were upfront from the beginning about the whole thing, about moving forward with this. After he left, Amanda, I just sat there without saying a word for a bit. Then Amanda asked me, are you going to tell Marcus about this before I get the chance to talk to Marcus? I looked at my sister-in-law. She is a businesswoman and a secret house flipper. My sister-in-law is also the woman who has been slowly destroying my car for months. My sister-in-law is doing this for a time. My sister-in-law is really good at business, fixing up houses, but she is not good at taking care of my car. I told them they have until tonight. They are going to pay for a car while my car's transmission gets fixed. She started to gather her things. When she got to the door, she stopped for a moment. The fourth house would have been hers, she thought. They were going to fix it up and sell it to her for a good price. This was going to be a way for them to say thank you to her. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Just tell Marcus the truth, Amanda. That's all I want.